What if we privatize the IRS? The IRS has constantly been considered one of the least popular government agencies due to the fact they're requiring that people separate themselves from their hard-earned money. So what if we did abolish the IRS, as Ted Cruz and other Republicans would like us to do, and replace it with a private sector option for collecting taxes? Like it or not, taxes are needed for a modern society to function. I read Atlas Shrugged, and that may be taking things a little bit too far. We do need some taxes. The idea here is to contract tax collecting just like some cities contract electricity, gas, and trash collection to private companies. But hold on there. If the US government contracted out tax collecting to a single company, it would essentially be giving this company a monopoly on taxes, which we don't want. So here's a better solution. Divide the country into contracted regions. Since the IRS has just about all the information on every taxpayer, they can divide these regions based on population. There are 143.3 million taxpayers in the US. Divide that any way you want, but let's say we can divide it into 12,000 different regions. That's roughly 12,000 taxpayers per region. Of course, not every region produces the same number of tax dollars, so some regions may be more valuable than others. And as like every government contract, there's a bidding process. But this one is a bit different, and this is perhaps where the genius of all this comes. Let's say a region in Southern California with 12,000 taxpayers usually pays $165 million per year through their income and other taxes based on published figures from the IRS. These figures also include delinquencies, payment risks, unemployment rates, and all that necessary information. A company willing to be the private tax collector of that region must pay an upfront fee for a certain period of time. Let's say it's for 7 years. So companies bid, and this one company eventually wins the bid and pays the US government an upfront fee of $800 million to be the exclusive tax collector of this Southern California region. In total, this company can expect to collect $1.15 billion in taxes. All this money will go to the company as a way to recoup that upfront cost, plus make a profit. To be sure, we can't have these companies making their own rules and shaking down taxpayers. There will be some regulation in place to ensure taxpayers are treated fairly. Tax rates will stay the same, but these companies have some leeway into raising taxes based on a predetermined set of criteria allowed by the US government. This helps the federal government because they receive a windfall of cash up front, which equates to many times the annual revenue. They can use that extra money to invest and grow, or they can do whatever their little minds think is good for the country. These companies benefit because they remove the bureaucracy and waste of government. That cuts the budget down and makes things more efficient. Plus, these companies make a guaranteed income since people have to pay taxes. The IRS can still exist, but more of a regulatory agency handing out contracts and enforcing compliance with these companies. There's no need for tax collections through the IRS. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. As always, take care of your money.